Hi, welcome everybody to 315 Fish On. We're going to take a few minutes just to kind of go over the Pelican Bass Raider 10E. Nice little boat that can be purchased on a budget and gives you a lot of options to adapt it to your fishing needs. Got a lot of these ideas from a lot of different posts and channels on YouTube. Like Rod & Country and Fishing with Vance. And when I first saw the Pelican Bass Raider, it was on Rod & Country's channel. And he was presenting his Bass Raider from inside his house. And that's what piqued my interest. Knowing that he could get that into his house. Must be light, it must be a good size. And it was true. Being 10 foot and a couple inches, this boat fits perfect in my pickup truck, which is a 8-foot long bed, and with that tailgate down, this fits in without any overhang. And if I have to put additional equipment in, I can certainly have extra room in the bed. So the Bass Raider, again, is ready to fish. It comes with these 2 chairs, as well as the boat. You would have to purchase a power source and a trolling motor. And what I have purchased is, inside this Minn Kota power center is a VMAX marine battery, 24 class. I put it in this container, or this power center as they call it, because you can have some 12-volt accessories. You have a meter that'll let you know how much power you have in there. Gives you some circuit breakers. It's easy to hook up your trolling motor or fish finder. Especially when you may have to take some of this stuff out to load and unload your boat, especially from a truck. Also gives you this strap. There's brackets that are easily able to drill into the boat and seal. And right up here we have the Minn Kota 55-pound thrust EnduroMax. Got this one because it's supposed to have a little bit longer life. It gives you a meter as well right on the motor. This has the extension handle, which, as you can see, to where the seat is. That's perfect. It gives me a lot more flexibility on where I want to move the chair. And with this Bass Raider, the chairs do move. You can pop them out. And back to the motor. This one also has that variable speed with percentages. And what I like about this is a little bit smoother in adjustment compared to the other ones where they kind of have that clicking. And you could be a little bit in between the speeds. So in between 30 and 50%, 50, 75. So I figured to give it a little bit more flexibility out on the water. Right here I have a handy dandy fishing net, which is in pole holders that I installed. Again, another great idea off of YouTube. These are real easy to put in. I got the ones with the cap, gives you a good template. I took a Dremel tool, cut out the hole, sealed it right up. There is styrofoam underneath this section, but you kind of push it right in and no problem. So I've got 4 of those for trolling. And also it helps with getting your net out of the way. And behind the net is the Garmin Striker 4DV fish finder. Pretty nice, affordable fish finder. Really nice display, backlit really well. Gives a lot of different options. Doesn't give you GPS maps, but allows you to do some waypoints. Also has a flasher, so you can use it in ice fishing when there's actually ice to fish on. And we haven't had too much of that in this neck of the woods. So as you can see, really easy, not very complicated controls, but perfect for our needs. There's plenty of room on the side here of the Bass Raider for poles. You can fit these in, no problem. Here's another one of those pole holders. There's the cleat for some dock rope. These really affordable, I don't know, these are just a couple bucks. starboard and port lights. The Bass Raider comes with 2 pole holders already embedded in the boat. I have one for the anchor. This one is sitting idle. I did also install 2 additional pole holders. Maybe some overkill or abundance. Just don't know yet. But these are easy enough to kind of pop out if we don't want them as part of the boat. But certainly some options for our person up in the front. And if you're fishing different types of fish, you can have different types of weights of lines on. Over here is the Scotty anchor. Nice heavy duty system here. Got a claw anchor. This guy heard that those are a little bit more durable. The floor are the exercise mats that on Rod and Country he suggested, and he's spot on with that. Get those for about under 20 bucks. They already come 2x2. You just have to trim them down with a straight edge and an X-Acto knife. I've got some double-sided tape underneath there to hold them down, and they're pretty solid. I also put some duct tape underneath the seams just for an extra level of security. You can't really even see the seams unless I zoom up on them. On the chair here, I put a 7-inch extension. Gives me a little bit more height, especially if I'm fishing with my son. And I got the trolling motor. Gives me a little bit more leg room as well, but there is plenty of leg room on this boat. I got some rulers over there on the side. Over here as well. Hopefully I'll be catching fish that big. Traditionally I catch them around here. Just some common species of our fish up here in the Finger Lakes area. What else we got here? We got some magnets. Again, I just put some pieces of metal on the back of some of these lure boxes. You can see there's still plenty of room in this decking. There's a tackle box. I still have enough room for a cooler. Need to have an aerator. So there's a lot of different options you have with this Bass Raider 10E, especially if you're working off on a budget. You can see this carabiner idea, another idea stole off of YouTube. What else do we have to showcase on here? The emergency oar, I hope I don't have to use with that power center. And also down here is the battery charger. I got an expensive, I call it expensive, VMAX battery charger. Because I've been talking to some folks and they say if you have a deep cell battery and a good one, you want to always make sure that it gets a really strong charge. And you want a really good battery charger. So either I've read too many reviews or listened to a lot of hype, but I'm going to trust it for now because I don't want to get out on that water and have to shorten my fishing day because my battery didn't get a full charge. So that's the Bass Raider 10E. I'm real excited to get this out there and fish, with my family and get out there and experience and hopefully catch some big fish. But most of all, as you know, fishing's about the experience and making mistakes and getting better each time we go out there. So hopefully we get out there a lot this season. All right, that's it from 315 Fish On.